All right, back in Wisconsin.golf at the Golf Industry Show. We're at the Yamaha booth. You never know who you're going to find at something like this. And, you know, we always find them when we least expect it. It's the one, the only. It's Jim Gaugert. Jimmy, it's good to see you again. You're here fleeing the cold weather of Wisconsin and the upper Midwest, and here in San Diego. What brings you out here? And Gary D'Amato was at the Golf Merchandise Show a couple weeks ago, the PGA Merchandise Show. This is totally different. I mean, this is kind of the nuts and bolts of operating the golf course. What do you get out of this show versus other shows that you go to?
Well, this is the Golf Industry Show, and it's really geared towards the superintendent more than anything, the turf side of things.
Sure.
But there's a few club managers here. I've seen a few golf professionals, but really just very few. It's really geared towards the superintendents. So it's an opportunity for us to see more superintendents. My job as selling or sharing information is what I like to call it about the Yamaha product. I've been doing this almost 10 years now. Been in the industry for, I'm embarrassed to say how long, for a long time, since my caddy days. But really an opportunity to build those relationships with the superintendents. Because a lot of times in my business, I get to deal with the golf pro and the club manager.
Right.
And more, they're allowing the superintendents to get involved in the decision on golf cars and utility cars. We're really excited this year because our new utility car was introduced last June.
Sure.
And it's awesome. So it's really exciting for us because our utility lineup before was okay, but now it's really good.
As I look around here at some of the things that you have here, I mean, it's like walking into a Lexus lot for golf, vehicles. And the golf cart, the traditional golf carts behind you there, but I mean, you're sitting in something that could be used for a lot of different purposes here, and it just seems like the thought process into the quote-unquote golf cart has kind of gone to the next level.
Right, especially in the utility vehicle side of things, or auxiliary vehicles as sometimes I'll call them. So we work with some of the sports teams, 4 and 6 passenger cars. We have utility vehicles that are used on turf. A lot of high schools, a lot of sports complexes are buying our car, and they're using them for multi-purpose units. The unit I'm seeing actually right now is called the Rally. It's got a rear seat on it.
Sure. Right.
And it's like the Milwaukee Brewers at Miller Park.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. They're getting a couple of these.
Really?
Yes. And what they're going to do is transport people that maybe have just had surgery or have trouble getting from the parking lot to the stadium.
Sure.
And they'll get some local sponsors to put their name on the side, and they'll say, "Hey, this is run by XYZ company, and we're going to give you a ride up to the front gate."
So is this particular unit? Might this also be the kind of car we see, on a football Sunday or Saturday, where, God forbid someone gets hurt? It's not the cart you want to be in if you're playing football, is it?
Yeah, and we're seeing more and more. I don't want to use this as a promotional piece, but you're seeing more and more Yamaha vehicles at some of those events.
Right.
More and more Yamaha vehicles in commercials.
Sure.
So we've really established ourselves as a great option or a great choice.
Yep.
But yes, absolutely. You would see a golf car like this with no seat on the back. It would be a flatbed.
Right.
With all the emergency stuff available. Like you said, God forbid somebody gets hurt or injured. But if that does happen, yeah, exactly.
And Jim, last question. I mean, as we look at some of the stuff over here, with the golf carts, is there anything bells and whistles wise that we're seeing in trends with golf carts that are taking golf carts to the next level? It seems like over the course of time, you've put just about anything you possibly can into a golf cart. Started out with GPS. We see that one that's got a cooler on the side. We've got the seat on the side. We've got sometimes the ball washer in there. Is there any trends that way that are making golf carts even quote-unquote cooler than before?
There's all the standard features and benefits have changed. I'll start there with standard features and benefits. USB ports, plug in your phone, is almost a standard item on just about any golf car these days. Suspension has changed a little bit. Sports steering wheel. There's some tracking devices, but the trends would be towards maybe GPS. Sure. Lithium's coming somewhere down the line. I relate lithium to like big screen televisions where you used to buy them for $5,000. Now you can get them for $1,000 or $800. So that's coming. But trend-wise, just comfort, convenience. Like if you take a picture of this or some of the other golf carts, you got a place for your drinks, your cell phones and stuff, your tablets if you want one.
Yeah,
the USB plugs are here.
Sure.
So a lot of neat things, but more for comfort and convenience. And then you talk about coolers, sand and seed bottles. What we try to do is fit the golf cart and what accessories they want to the customer.
Yeah.
You know, if you go to a $35 golf course, little neighborhood course, do people expect all those things?
Right.
You go to a $120 high-end resort, daily fee course, or a private course, and they don't have a halfway house, and the 10th hole's way out in the middle of nowhere, you know, where they don't make the turn.
Right.
A cooler comes in pretty handy.
Right.
Where they can put a wrap sandwich in there, or a candy bar, or a soda, or a beer, whatever.
There's one feature I don't ever want to see on one of your cars, in Wisconsin especially, a snowplow, okay?
Good idea.
All right, let's pray for early season. Jim, always a pleasure to talk to you, and have a great show.
All right.